class, Unit 15. This unit is the final exam of the course. So I'll give you some instructions and then I'll talk about the content, and you should be receiving announcements and correspondence with study guides and so forth in this same material about the final. The instructions for the exam are that it's completely closed book. The test has a time limit like the midterm did to 2 hours and 20 minutes. You'll be notified when the time expires. The test will not force submit if you're not done, but after 10 minutes late, I will start to dock points judiciously. The test can be saved and resumed later. However, the timer will continue to run if you leave the test. So the test has a due date, and you need to note that in the Blackboard shell and on the syllabus. After this exact time of the due date, you will not have course access to the course on Blackboard anymore, since this is at the very end of the semester. So you need to be very intentional in getting this test done by the due date, or you will possibly lose access to Blackboard. And this is not my policy. This is the way things have to be done in the Blackboard system. So the exam, it has 20 multiple choice questions. These are going to be 3 points apiece, where you will need to identify the 18 rules and the two formal fallacies that we learned this semester. So you need to learn the 18 rules, the 8 implication rules, the 10 equivalency rules. You'll need to memorize them if you haven't, and the 2 formal fallacies that were introduced in Chapter 1. Just knowing those by heart will prepare you for doing a couple of proofs that will be on the exam, because you cannot do proofs if you do not know the rules well. Also, there will be one Blackboard file upload question that will provide the proofs that you will be required to take for the exam. So like the midterm, this one will also have a file upload question that will have a document attached that contains 3 proofs for you to complete. One will be a direct proof that you'd been doing with the 18 rules before you did conditional proofs. So one proof will be a direct proof. Show all of your work, number the premises, annotate every step, tell me if it's valid or invalid. And another proof in that document will be a conditional proof, so you need to do a conditional proof. And one will be an English argument that you must symbolize and do a reductio proof on. Download the document, this file document that provides these proofs that's in that question in the exam. Save as to your desktop, do the problems, and then upload back to the question. None of the proofs for regular credit will require multiple assumptions. That's just a note for you to make note of. So there will be simple and straightforward proofs. And finally, there will also be a couple of questions or a couple of proofs for extra credit that if you have time and want the extra credit, you will be able to do. And these could be proofs. It could either be take an English argument, symbolize it, and do a direct conditional or a reductio on, or it may be a question related to the use of reductio ad absurdum in argumentation that I've talked about in some of the announcements, so, and that Layman talks about. So it could be a number of things, and hopefully you'll be able to answer them and get the extra credit, and know that we are praying for you as you prepare and as you take this exam.